Welcome. As always, there's going to be some links down below to credit where I got my information from, which is generally predominantly IGN. Really quick, GTA 6, an ex-Rockstar employee explains why the PC port will come much later than on consoles, which happens quite often with Rockstar games, and it's quite simply put that back in the day, PlayStation was king when it came to sales. So that's why they kind of focused on consoles to make sure everything's polished and running well before they work on the PC port. So although PC Master Race, right, I did that because it can technically be better. Unfortunately, when it comes to sales, it's the consoles. And in the early beginnings, if you don't remember, when it comes to the likes of like GTA 3 and GTA like Vice City, there was a time where that didn't even exist on Xbox, like at all. You had to have a PlayStation. So they've just kind of been monitoring sales, and that's why they're like collectively together, which is not hard to see because computers can be quite expensive. Like my graphics card alone in my computer, first of all, is like half the size of my frickin' Xbox Series X. It's worth more money than my PS5 and my Series X combined. You know what I mean? Not everybody can afford that to have the absolute elite, which quite frankly for me, I don't even give a shit about. So Xbox and PlayStation together absolutely trump PC sales. So that's the simple reason. You don't need to watch him for 9 minutes explain it, but he does elaborate into greater detail. As a result, Nintendo Switch 2 inevitably on the horizon, likely in the next year-ish or so. People are saying at the end of the day, from experts that are able to properly predict, it's unlikely that it's going to come because it's just a mobile chip. Even though the Switch 2 is reported to be quite strong, the fact that it's not coming on PS4 or Xbox One makes it that people are thinking it's just not going to come at all. But again, Digital Foundry and a few other people that are noteworthy talk about that if you want to read up on that, since we're on the topic of GTA 6. Speaking of the Nintendo Switch 2, based on Nintendo's president, Shuntaro Furukawa, that you can't fake that. He says that the Nintendo Switch will end support in March of 2025 because it came out in 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So 8 years. But people are saying more than likely, maybe sometime in 2024, not necessarily the full 2025, is when the Switch 2 would come out. And me, without having to even read this whole flippin' article, it makes sense. I mean, think about it. That is an actual official statement. Why would you end the support for your Switch 1 and then that same month, that same week, or later on in 2025 then release the Switch 2? So that's why I like talking about these kind of rumors, because these are actual speculations that make sense. That would never happen. A year? Sure. Not just a couple of months. So even if they did it, which would be unprecedented, and they decided to end it in March because they're going to release the Switch 2, well, that's still early 2025. We know for a fact there's no Switch 2 late 2025 or even mid 2025 or 2026. Based on just the support right there. Okay? Moving on. One of the games that had been the most wish-listed in the history of Steam, or at least one of them. That's what it says here on IGN. The day before. Well, the developer, Fantastic, made the shocking announcement 4 days after the game came out that it was shutting down completely. The good news is, though, that you can refund the game regardless of how many days, how many hours you've played it. You could just go ahead and get that refund. As a matter of fact, Fantastic made $0 from the sales of this game. I'm also going to have a link to the Twitter discussion where they're talking back and forth with some people that are upset. I mean, I would be upset, but not really. Because as predominantly a console gamer, when shit hits the fan, a la the day before, you normally can't get your money back. It's very, very rare. It's much easier on Steam to get a refund than it is on the PlayStation Store. Most definitely on the PlayStation Store and Xbox as well. So then there was some speculation as well. You know, the Wild 8. Oh, wait a second. It looks like they switched their names to try to hide their name. No. They said that basically Fantastic was the original developer of the Wild 8, but after the game's release in early access, the developers decided to discontinue the work on the project due to internal reasons within the studio. Reads the statement. Hype Train Digital took over the development independently, and all business relations with Fantastics were terminated in 2017. So despite that, the Wild 8 is still sitting on very negative user reviews rating for the recent reviews, and mostly positive user review rating for all reviews overall. They also sparked some backlash, like I said, with an angry customer saying, shit happens. To address the speculation, we are closing it. They said it's official. Rumors suggesting that we've changed our name is not true because they haven't been affiliated with the Wild 8 for quite some time. And that's when they said that everybody can get a refund. And with the day before seemingly dead, the future of the brand and IP is actually now in the hands of publisher Mytona, which is reported to have invested heavily into Fantastic, especially for the development and the release of the game. I don't know if this game's going to receive any updates whatsoever. I don't know how that works, and I tried to Google it. I couldn't find anything, but here, as you can see, right from Fantastic, it says, answer to those who ask for a refund, Mytona, and we're currently working with Steam to allow refunds to any player who chooses to request one, regardless of the game time. Fantastic received $0 and will receive nothing from the day before sales. And then one person said, unbelievable, you guys hyped up the game, and then you're just an absolute disgrace, blah, blah, blah. Then they responded and said this was our first big experience. Shit happens. And that's true. Shit happens. They could have said something. No, who cares what they said? You're able to get your money back. Do you know how often I've had things that didn't work out and I couldn't get my money back? I mean, I normally can, but there's been a few instances when it couldn't. And that's the end of that. Like I said, so the point of these videos, again, if you're new to the channel, I'm trying to get away from just, doing game updates, because to me, those are boring as shit. What I like to do is just take the news from somebody who's already talked about it, put it in my own words, kind of quickly get through it. And at the end of this video, I'm just about to hit 8 minutes. I'm already done. You got all that gaming news. Meanwhile, he's still talking about why PC ports come later. Do you see what I'm saying? So I'm trying to condense it. So you got that PC ports will come later for GTA 6. Probably not coming to Switch 2. Switch 2, very realistically coming in 2024 based on Nintendo's actual president saying that they're axing support for the original Switch in March of 2025. And again, the day before is in early access. You cannot buy the game anymore, but you can receive a refund. No questions asked, regardless of how long you've been playing the game for or how long you've had the game for. There it is. So as always, if you liked the video, go ahead, give it a thumbs up. It does greatly help support the channel with the algorithm in trying to make me a little bit more relevant in the search results. When people are looking shit up, we could see how well that's going, when after half a decade on YouTube, I'm still averaging under 100 views a video. But I'm still making money every month, because I get a few one-hit wonders here and there. Like the Vanilla Ice of fucking YouTube, with Ice Ice Baby. Everybody knows that one video. What's my video? It's Call of Duty from 3 years ago. That shit still makes me money. Along with a few other things. I'm just saying. That's kind of how I am. And that's okay, because, again, gravy is still pouring on the mashed potatoes every month. If it ever starts to run dry, the river runs dry, then I'll have to look into something else. But, like OnlyFans. Anyways, so that's it. If you have any gaming news you'd like me to talk about or that you want to share with me, bring to my attention, and then I can try to get another 30 views on my channel, that would be amazing. Because I enjoy this. Like what I just did here, what I'm starting to do more on my channel now, this right here, I love it. I get to the point really quickly, or as quick as I can. And then after I'm done, if I want to rant on, welcome you to the channel, and all this bullshit. Let you know about giving it a thumbs up if you want to subscribe. If you don't, I like doing that at the end. Nobody needs to hear that shit in the beginning. To people who do that, I don't care how big your YouTube channel is. Remember, just because your channel's good, as in numbers wise, doesn't necessarily mean that you're actually of good quality. I'm just saying. I think I'm worth a little bit more than what I'm getting. Not much more, just a tiny bit more. But yeah, the point is this is really making me happy. It's giving me a little bit more time. I'm not uploading 15 videos a day like I was at some point. That's just too much. So, here it is. Take care. And maybe, if I'm lucky, I will see some of you in the next one. Bye for now.